This is Pranav Goa Thakurta from Edu TV, the first education channel dedicated to uplift education in Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and Africa. In our favorite program, Schools and University Connect. Our guest today is Dr. Anjali Sherawat from Sushant University. I'll just speak a bit about Dr. Anjali Sherawat. She's an alumna of JNU. Dr. Anjali Sherawat is a dynamic personality who teaches politics and international relations to law students. She also heads the Cultural Committee of School of Law, Darpan, as the coordinator of the committee. She has immensely facilitated students to commence various programs for the disadvantaged and underprivileged, making them more solicitous about the welfare of society. Ms. Sherawat has completed her MA from the Center for Political Studies and MPhil and PhD from the School of International Studies, both from Jawaharlal Nehru University. She has qualified UGC NET exam, Political Science in 2010. Her PhD thesis is titled Ethno-Regional Divide and Political Transformation in Kyrgyzstan, 1991 to 2011. She has worked for almost 4 years as a senior researcher for the QUIP, Qatar Unified Imaging Project, funded by the Qatar Foundation in association with University of Exeter, UK. She has presented a paper at a prestigious platform like American Association of Geographers, AAG, Chicago, US. She has consistently presented papers in esteemed universities like Jamia Millia Islamia, JNU, and DU. She has also worked on a United Nations project in the capacity of consultant researcher, socio-economic impact study of COVID-19, UN Women India in the year 2020. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking out and joining us to help the students. Over to you, Dr. Sherawat.
Sir, I'm overwhelmed with this kind of introduction. Thank you so much for welcoming me on this platform. And as you've already introduced the topic and the rules are known to the students, so let me just give a brief about as we all know that India is the Prime Minister Narendra Modi this time contained a suitcase when he came back from Indonesia, the gavel of the G20 presidentship, right? So it is the symbol of honor for all of us, and as we will be presiding over the world's premier forum for global economic cooperation. And it also signifies responsibility and an unprecedented opportunity for India's leadership to shape the international response to pressing challenges. So this is the time when India can step forward and transition from being a rule taker to a rule maker. So India has already, shown that India is an important state when it was negotiating the Bali Declaration of the just concluded G20 summit, and India has already been uploaded for Prime Minister Modi's statement that this era must not be a war. And India will be holding 200 meetings in 35 different sectors in multiple locations across India. And in today's forum, we hear it from our students, the young generation, the leaders of tomorrow about G20 and India's role.
Now I request Ms. Shreya Pankaj from Birla Vidya Niketan, New Delhi. Over to you, Shreya.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. India saw the G20 summit this year as vital because it presented a unique opportunity for India. PM Modi raised concerns about the global peace and security and its effect on the next generation against the backdrop of conflict in Russia, Ukraine, and China's aggressive action in the Indo-Pacific area. India will take over at a time when geopolitically divided world is suffering a variety of difficulties, and India will need to act as a unifying force. and attempt to bridge the gap in the world. The G20 presidency provides India the chance to step up and play the role of a peacemaker. In the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine, the majority of Western nations have sided with Ukraine, while China continues to back Russia. The only country left is India, which has maintained good relations with both sides of the conflict and those who supported them, while taking a consistent and objective stance on the development. Through its presidency, India will seek to bring an end to this conflict. In a historic first for developing countries, the G20 Troika after December 1st will comprise the past, the incoming, and the next G20 presidencies, that is, Indonesia, India, and Brazil. India has also promoted collective leadership, and despite maintaining close links to the developed countries, it is aware of the concerns and viewpoints of the developing nations. India will concentrate on problems that affect developing countries and work to direct the G20 agenda for 2023 in a representative and balanced manner. India seeks to strengthen the voice of the developing world in discussions about the need for 21st century institutional reforms as well as issues of international economic cooperation. Through its G20 presidency, India will be setting agendas for the G20 summit in the next year. Due to this, India can become a true catalyst for change and emerge as a global leader. Thank you.